used to date people. There are people okay, squeeze in najaribu to like if I meet them kwa barabara, I'll say I never used to talk to anyone. I am like, if you're this fake, as in if you're not, if I cannot count on you even in my worst, how can I count on you even when I'm doing well? Because now then they started things like wataanguka tu, wata waste pesa yake nini.
Hello and welcome to my story of future. This is Sema TV and I'm your host, the White Tiger. And today I'm about to interview a very superwoman. She has a story that is going to inspire you, educate you, and challenge you. So I don't want to waste so much time. I just want to let her introduce herself and take us through her journey.
Hello, my name is Isabella Maina. That is what most people know me by. But nowadays, I'm preferring being referred to by my African name, although it's not official yet, Wakeru Maina. I feel like I am connecting to my roots more when I refer to myself like that. Why, you would say? I just recently read an article, or not an article, I listened to Mutahinguni saying why he changed his name to Mutahinguni and why Mwai Kibaki did the same. So I feel like great people or people who really make a mark on this world use their authentic African name. So why not? Because I want to be great as well.
But before you come to who you are today, you have a journey here as Maina.
Yes.
When that's it.
Yes, there is a journey. So I was born in Nyeri. Nyeri is where I grew up and spent most of my time. Then Muranga, then Thika, then Bungoma, then I'm in Nakuru right now. I went to primary school at a school called the Greennesses Preparatory School. It's a good school. I've known some few people who are doing great things who were in that school, the Greennesses Preparatory School, up to around class 5. I left Greennesses and went to St. Monica, that is in Nyeri as well. I did my class 8, 2010. My primary school, the reason why I actually transitioned from Greennesses to St. Monica, Greennesses was really expensive and it was a nice school, Sikatai, but it was expensive. My mom couldn't afford to pay school fees. At some point, our finances broke down and we had to live now a life that wasn't the life I was used to. I would say we were never like top-notch wealthy people, but I would say I lived like middle Kenyan lifestyle. But in the middle class, there is upper middle class, there is lower middle class, and there is low. So now, in my middle class, the upper middle class, that is when we were in Greennesses, we used to have things, we used to go out, trips, nini. Then finances zikakuwa mbaya. What? Hey, the life changed. Have you ever seen like you have jumped unaonekana kama umeingia kwa movie yani ulikuwa
Sasa at that time like uko peke yako ama kuna ndugu zako?
I have I think I should have mentioned I have 2 siblings. Dennis Joffrey and Beth Maina. So I'm the firstborn and there's Beth and there's Dennis. So for us, it was quite different to adapt to a new lifestyle, a lifestyle of being told no, a lifestyle of lacking. Our dad wasn't present at the time. My dad had lost his job, and I think him losing his job actually contributed to how everything, him leaving and other things. So I'm basically raised by my mom. I wouldn't say, yes, my dad was there from time to time, but he was mostly absent. So being raised by my mom, oh my God. My mom also had quit her job. But basically, my mom quit her job before our finances went wrong because she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and raise her kids. Actually, when she a few months before she gave birth to my brother, was when she stopped working, because I don't remember any time after giving birth to my brother that she went back to work. So basically that was it. We went to our farm in Muranga, and she started doing farm work. Hey, alafu sijakwambia tuko na majani chai ingine oh my god, I hate majani chai mpaka wa leo.
Tell us about it and then.
Hey, majani chai is like, sorry to say, because it raised me, because that is where the money to put me through school and to make me everything I am right now has come from. But majani chai, oh my god, I hate that thing. Unaenda huko kukiwa kunanyesha. But it is like one hell of, the money is not even enough, because okay, but way back then it was better than right now, but it wasn't even better. West managed to pay school fees, pay bills, yeah, but me majani chai, hey, ata kwa madawa, I cannot do that part of my life again. But on the other side, there are people who will say that I have been talking about majani chai that bad and I have never tuned. Yes, I do not have. Yes, I can tuna. Yet now I am completely in oblivion about that environment. Yes, I can tuna, but I am not as skilled as most people who grew up in that part.
Now, how are you balancing between school, your primary school, and majani chai? Now you transition from that class of life, and now you are in this other class. You know?
I would say first, what happened first, and the thing that made me realize, you see how when you're two kids, and basically mentality ya watu kwa hii society ni they treat people with money better, and people without money they're not treated so well. So it's just now us at that time, hey, see our neighbors talked, people I thought we were my friends actually are not. I realized, I learned at a very young age that people can really be so fake. Like people would sema as, who would talk, people would say all kinds of things, and I am young and I can hear these things, and I think upon the trust issues zangu zilianza, because now I'm looking at these people, the things they are saying, these people I thought are my family, my friends. So up to date, I am only close to so few, and before I get to that close, I have to know you're authentic.
So in primary school, trust issues have just started.
And the fact that during those crises, sana my dad wasn't there. So that also brought some sort of abandonment issues. Ile design yenye, I think my dad left just because you're not doing so well. My mom has been very supportive, and most of the time, and what has actually shielded us from like going through so much or experiencing the roughest sides of life, it's because she chose to deny herself of everything to make our lives better. And sometimes I wonder whether I can fit in to be that amazing woman she is. In terms of being a mother, like I don't know whether I'll fit those shoes of being such kind of a mom, where my kids will look at me and say, wow.
Which scenario do you remember maybe of your mom doing things until you say like
mamangu alikuwa anaingia kwa shamba juu haingeweza kulipa mtu akichuna hiyo majani chai. She used to chuna 3 acres of majani chai, like a whole estate of 3 acres by herself.
Just for you guys.
Because if she employs somebody else, then this money will be kidogo. She cannot manage to put us through school, and she didn't want to take us to a public primary school. And people used to mock her because of it. They were like, mama anajiringa sana, watoto wake hawezi somea public school, ashinde huku akiteseka. So her seeing how much pain she used to go through, juu tuko na ng'ombe, let me explain for you a normal setup in our home. There were cows, because we had cows, they were kumilk, waende wauze maziwa. Mamangu ni ataingia kwa hii majani chai at 5 a.m. in the morning. Akitutayarisha tutoka tuende shule. She used to tayarisha herself to get to the farm. 5 a.m. by 6 a.m. ako kwa hiyo majani chai. Achune majani chai the whole day. Atoke kwa majani kitu 6 p.m. I want you to imagine the life of this woman, eh? 6 p.m. Ameingia 6 a.m. atatoka 6 p.m. Sometimes not sometimes, she never used to take lunch. Ashinde huko, whether it's raining cats and dogs, ama jua imewaka kama sijui nini. She is there. Atoke hapo hiyo 6, aende atafutie ng'ombe majani na kila kitu, akuje atupikie. Juu by the time tunatoka shule we need to find food nini. Aya, on top of that, si ametuacha na tumepata amepika food. Atoke hapo majani chai those nini KTDA trucks zenye zinabebanga majani zichelewe na mtu wa kununua hiyo majani hajafika, alale kwa soko, akuje home 2 p.m. I want you to imagine how much
for you guys
just for us nani primary tuende private school.
So your primary struggle na nini mfika class 8, now you're transitioning to high school. How was life transitioning and
high school? Going to high school was manze. Going to high school, so there's this thing called bonus ya majani. I don't know whether you've heard of it.
No,
okay, so basically what happens in a tea leaf setting, especially in Murang'a, because Murang'a is where I grew up in. It's apparently the greatest producer of tea in Kenya. I don't know whether that has changed, because that information may be outdated. So, una niningi mnachunanga majani a whole financial year, like from June to the next June. Hiyo ndio the financial year, from July to June. So that is the financial year. So pesa majani yote yenye mmechuna hivyo mnalipangwa like hiyo yote, but there is usually a mini bonus that comes like way early. So going to high school, I didn't describe our house. Our house was a kanyumba ya mbao imeinuliwa na mawe, and it was like, oh my god, tunasebanga hiyo alafu hizo mbao zenye za hiyo hao yetu manze zilikuwa mianya tu unaweza ona ndani. Oh my god. By the time my mom was right now, because we are living in a pretty good house, she used to tell us ati nakumbuka kuna time mlikuwa mnaishi kwa nyumba mbao iko na bwanya hivi. Sisi we never lived there. Are you forgetting where you came from? Not you forget. Hey, that house and termites used to eat our wall. And what else about that house? That house was a 2-bedroom house. So alafu zilikuwa zimejengwa tu kienyeji tu. It didn't have the classiness of sahi. Well, so I am joining from 1. Joining from 1. My sister is in class 8. My mom now feels her house is very small for my kids, so I need to jenga a bigger house. This whole time she is by herself. Dude is not there.
Yeah.
I don't know whether it's appropriate. So this whole time she is by herself. Yani ni yeye tu. So hii pesa ya majani akachukua loan. Mi nikapelekwa form 1. I went to in form 1 at Mahiga Girls. Did Mahiga Girls the whole time. Then thank God Mahiga Girls was so lenient, like school fees mlikuwa mnafukuzwa school fees tu mwisho wa mwaka. So high school for me wasn't tricky, sikuwa ifukuziwa school fees. Lakini wait moment yenye sizi yangu alijoin high school. She went to Kirugea Girls na ni time yenye the government had said there should have to be a national school in every county. I don't know whether it wasn't counties back then, in every district. So mine was Mahiga Girls na school fees ulikuwa unafukuzwa mwisho wa mwaka, na school fees ya mwaka it was like ranging up of 50k. Now my sister goes to Kirugea Girls. This school is made a national school, and ukiingia hivi mlango bila school fees unarudi the next day. So hapo ndo vitu zilianza kukanikani tough. Jumam anajenga anajenga juu anataka tukue na how big yenye tutatosha sisi wote, yani just basically upgrade.
Yeah.
So anajenga na loan, tuko shule na nini. Nakumbuka venye alianza foundation ya hiyo nyumba, venye watu walimoka. Watu walisema aje? Ati anadhani kusomesha watoto high school ni mchezo. Anaenda kujiekelesha hapo manyumba za mawe ajenge. And imagine you all those times. Hakuna siku madhe yangu akashaikaa hivi akarudishia mtu ama akakuwa discouraged akasema ati sitaweza. I think yeah.
How was that affecting you? Maybe
mentally,
being mobbed, emotionally, mentally.
Yeah, mentally and emotionally it was really bad. I used to hate people. There are people I okay, squeezing najaribu to, like, if I meet them kwa barabara, I'll say hi nini. I never used to talk to anyone. I am like, if you're this fake, as in if I cannot count on you even in my worst, how can I count on you even when I'm doing well? Because now then they started things like wataanguka tu, wata waste pesa yake nini. So for me in high school, and another thing about my high school life is that I used to get suspended. I used to do panos every other day. Yani nilikuwa nakata nyasi hiyo Mahiga Girls, hata nikienda huko nadhani nyasi zinaweza nikumbuka ni venye nimezikata.
Why?
You see, when you're a teenager,
yeah.
I feel like in teenage is when you start now expressing all these things that you have been feeling, and you have never gotten like the channel to like express them. So me in high school, I used to get into all this trouble because one, in fact, mamangu akinipeleka high school, when she left me venye nilimaliza kusign in na nini nikapewa admission number nini, and it's time for my mom to leave so that I can say, I cried. And I actually begged my mom to take me to a day school. Cause hizi stories zote zenye nimekuwa nikisikia, naona it's like I'm pushing my mom so far. It's like ataenda kuteseka. Okay, there is not much I could do even when I am at home or in a day school, but I felt now I am separating from my family, one. The other thing is, my mom is going to be paying too much money for me to be in this school, and najua tu finances zetu haziko fit. But my mom from the word go alikuwa shatwambia, see the school you will be admitted, the school you receive that letter from, hiyo shule ndio utaenda. Usikose kuwork hard, usikose kufanya nini ndio usiende shule ukidhani ati nini. But now that knowing my mom is by herself and alone, not see ati nikiwa hivyo mdogo younger in primary school that I used to help with a lot. No. Yani, I don't know, and I also that absenteeism of my dad not being there all the time also made me feel away. So my rebellion, I actually, watu wenye walikuwa wananijua niko form 1, juu niliingia wanes. Wenye walikuwa wananijua wanes nilikuwa kasichana kapole, ka depressed, kana nyamazanga tu. Not depressed, people wouldn't know that I was depressed, but mostly I was quiet, really chill. Form 2, I went rogue. I went on 100. Yani pano after pano, suspension after suspension.
Now form 2, form 3,
pano. I remember nikiwa form 4, I was suspended. And thank God, I think my mom is a very emotionally intelligent woman. Not I think, I know she is. Unaona venye unafukuzangwa shule, mzazi anaenda kukugombanisha. Me, I had never had such an experience. So my mom used to ask me, what is it? I tell her. Then she would tell me, okay, so like the most memorable one was nilikuwa nimesuspendiwa juu ya chemicals za lab because zimeharibika, and we were doing an experiment in our class. So we had to pay back the chemicals. Tukafukuzwa, we were 8. Suspension was 2 weeks. Had to come back with 3K. Na saa hiyo 3K. Si 3K yenye na saa hii 3K is accessible. Huwezi struggle sana kupata 3K. Manze, that time my mom 3K was ngumu to find. 3K was like gold. So my mom struggled, got in fact, she copied that 3K from my kuka to rudisha me to school. Do you think at that time my parents are quite, I feel like my parents are too extreme, and my mom is understanding. My dad, hey, I know you can sit like this and tell him you have been suspended and he's chill. Or nowadays anaonekana he's not the same. Anaenda kichill. But that time, but thank God he wasn't home either. So, and also having issues with my dad also contributed to kind of how I was in high school. To aki yenyewe dad was makelele mingi nini. By the way, I don't function in areas zenye unapiga kelele. I have actually designed a way in my head, like Rita mtu akianza kupiga kelele I switch off.
So that time Zaya anapiga kelele mingi. Then
so my performance was also good at, and I wonder how I performed. Kuna time na hata nikuchapie ka story. I had an E in maths. An E in maths. And it was second term of Form 4. An E in maths. I had 3%. A whole me. And I'm not even embarrassed to say I had 3%.
I had 0.
So, I had 3%. Kutoka my 3%, do you know what I got in maths? KCSE. I got a B minus in maths from 3%. I think it was actually a B in maths. You know what my mom did? Hey, we are not getting this grade. And I had, mind you, juu naanguka hivi na to 3%, I had Simoturi. I don't know whether you guys had that book in your school. I had Simoturi paper 1 and paper 2. Mama Kozila, what else do you need? Made familia, pap, geometrical sets, nini. So I decided to like, hey manze, I can't disappoint mom this much. So acha niingie tu focus nisome hesabu in as much as I do not want to. Alafu nivo. So in Form 4 there was this hiccup. That hiccup of sasa nikwambia sisi tulikuwa tunafukuziwa school fees December.
Yeah.
So it happened, mama alikuwa amekopa banks mbili do. So hii pesa haitoshi. Mimi karibu nifukuzwe shule. So wenye tuli break midterm ya Form 4, sijui kama ni midterm ama ilikuwa nini, mama kanilipia shule. Sistangu mwenye alikuwa ukifika hivi kwa gate unafukuzwa akakosa kulipia. That was so heartbreaking, and seeing my mom stress hivyo vyote. But eventually she got some to cash. I don't know where she got that money from. Oh, she borrowed it from a friend. Sasa alafu kuna kitu ingine. Unaona, in as much as kulikuwa na wase wengi kwa kijiji yetu walikuwa wanatusema vibaya. My mom has quality friendship. And she's a very trustworthy, and mamangu anapendwa. Wale watu wenye wanajua mamangu vizuri wanampenda sana. Me, I know my mom can go somewhere like this. Sit. Say I need this amount of money. No guarantor, no nothing. Apewe hiyo pesa.
So hiyo tu hiyo kwa trustee ndio check through high school. So umemaliza ukamaliza high school through your trustee, and now we are transitioning maybe from high school, you know, because
not a trustee per se, not trustee per se, ni venye tu mimi na wewe tunaweza kuwa tunajuana ni kukope pesa hivyo.
Yeah.
Nikwambia nitarudisha time fulani na nikuwe legit nitarudisha hiyo time.
And it happened.
So after that mimi nika join campo.
Nice.
So mind you, I did my high school and performed really well and got a chance to go to university via COOPS. I'm not that old. Sasa, mind you, this whole time, okay, I know I never had like an authentic friend. Unaona venye watu wanasema niko na best fulani, very tight high school. I didn't have. Unaona venye watu wanasema authentic friends are from high school. Mpaka side, I don't have. So, your story, finding loyalty and all those things, really like, for me, I didn't get to attach with people because I was, say, closed, like a cabal. So mimi nikaenda campo, and campo, hii opportunity ya kwenda campo Campo was for me was like, hey man, this is freedom. I'm going to make friends. I am going to live my best life. Evil. Yes, I did go to campus. Yes, I did become a celebrity because of how I decided to live my best life.
Yeah.
Then, in my circle, I discovered there are people who aren't real. I got betrayed in a particular situation, and the people I thought were my friends weren't really my friends. So I closed myself up. Really closed myself up. Although, in as much in Campo, I was popular with my son.
With what?
Me, I was drama. There was a club called Anti-AIDS Club. I was like basically socially everywhere. And there was also a student association, Mount Kenya Student Association, that I was very active there. Sasa, Campo, I dated this guy. My first opportunity to date. Met this guy who jengered me character development. I'm not mentioning names. I'm not doing names, but I can say that relationship broke me. That was like I had decided, like for myself and in my life, that I am really going to open myself in love and get to know someone and not live the same old life that I used to live of Nini. So I started dating him. We dated. He was from a humble background, and nilikwambia, in as much as mimi nilipitia a lot in my life, my main challenge was transitioning from higher income to lower income. So sijai lack. That I will say I have never lacked. When I was like in school, never.
Okay.
So my mom used to send me money. I share money with my boyfriend because aki wao walikuwa tu down. Wacha sija discover this guy. The money I am using, I will never be that stupid again. Okay, it's not stupidity wanting to share. Wanting to share is not being stupid. So I discovered that he wasn't like really with me. He was with other few people. Then I also got a phone call from a girl who told me, hey, leave my boyfriend alone. Another thing I came to discover that I usually do, and it's so toxic, but nowadays through my self-discovery and self-development journey, I don't do that anymore. Me, I'm that person who, kitu kifanyika, I will pause, assume it doesn't hurt, feed to my head that this doesn't matter. But in the real sense, that is, I've swept that under the rug, and it is going to manifest in a really ugly way.
So that relationship messed up with your mental.
Yes. Like, I think that is the first manifestation of my abandonment issues and really betrayal. As I mentioned, the lacking of my dad as I grew up gave me some abandonment and daddy issues and trust issues. Now this is a boyfriend who I thought was going to change my perspective about. I by the way never give someone, anybody, that burden of changing anything in your life. Just take them as they are. And I didn't have the knowledge that I have right now, but that was basically it. So I found out, girl called me said, it's okay, you can have him. And I tell the guy, you know what, your girlfriend called me, and that is it. We're cool, nini, if we're friends. After that, he comes, hii time strike ya Malek ilikuwa mrefu sana. He comes, tells me, begs me, tells me, okay, Isabella, that chick just wanted to ruin what you have, nini. And it's a whole semester of someone telling you that. So at some point, even talking to my then friends, they would be like, I think he has said sorry enough times. Venye kama saa hii, unaona venye mtu ametoka kubembeleza, una decide like, saa hii, amekwambia saa hii, unaona enyewe hata nafaa kumforgive. Napita hivi kwa kona, nampata kipinde mwingine kwa ukuta. Damn! I felt stupid. I felt taken advantage of. That was more than the breakup. For me, the fact that he viewed me, okay, this is what I perceived. Like, he views me this little and this stupid, and he thinks of me so little that he can be one time telling someone else something, tell me something, and the other minute being with someone else. So I felt so bad. I felt so broken. But I controlled my anger really, and because I was really popular and I didn't want news spreading everywhere like wildfire that Isabella was fighting for a man. Never.
So that man akakupiga character development ukabreak ama bado mko mpaka leo?
What? My friend, if I leave you, I never go back.
To the journey.
So now I decided now that I am done with all this fakeness. That happened only you discover my friends who I thought were my friends knew everything was going on, and they are not really my friends. Sasa nika decide kuhama. I moved. I don't want the memories we had in my everywhere. So I decided to hammer. I hammered, moved away from campus, lived the rest of my campus life in Solitary, and after that I finished campus in 2019, graduated. Coming to my life, now you see, I'm thinking this whole time, even in campus, this whole time I've been in Solitary, been living my life quietly, not so many people. I thought I had solved my issues. I even felt I was mentally strong. What? Hata nimalize campo. Came, met someone who jengered me another character development, threw me off the wagon. And at some point in time, I had this friend, and things did also work out well. So I was going through a lot. Then, like, God knew what I needed. I get a friend who tells me about a network of young people called Black Coffee Network. So Black Coffee Network, I join, I go to Facebook, look for the number, call Chris Matagaro. I don't know whether you know him. Call Chris and tell him, I want to know what Black Coffee is all about. I meet Chris, Nini, we talk, we bond, we really bond and connect because he's a people person. I would say I liked him at first sight as a friend. Also based on the conversations we had. So I became a member of Black Coffee, and we had, and he calls me because he wants to have a patent meeting at the senator's office, the current, the outgoing senator of Nakuru. That day is when I met the wonderful woman you now know as Linda. Thank God. Yeah, that is her name, by the way, Linda. Thank God, TG. So started talking to TG. Talking to TG was like therapy, because after finishing campo, I didn't get like a job immediately. So also lacking finances and living with someone who is not even a relative, and you're living at their place and you're not providing. So basically that situation was not really friendly. It was really hiccupy. So because at some point hata kama ni wewe utasikia kama mtu kutekia advantage. Juu anaishi kwako, anakula kwako, ana nini kila kitu kwako na hakuna kitu analeta. Hiyo relationship inaweza kuwa tricky sana. So I met TG. So with TG I started talking to her a lot. And she invited me for a mental health talk. It was a turning pain into purpose. So I came to that session. It was for 3 days. She was actually mad at me because I missed that day. That is the kind of friend you have with TG. She will be very mad if you're not doing this for yourself. Like if she knows like you're doing this. So that is when I started my self-discovery journey. The person who was facilitating is currently my friend. Her name is Houdini. I used to call her sometimes. We talk. On the other side, I have a support system in TG. She was hiyo time alikuwa anazungushanga simu stao. Mimi ni nani? Si nikaingililia kuzungusha simu ndio nipate pesa. In the process applying now, this person she taught me about journaling, meditation. I think I meditate more than her. Better than her. She introduced me to journaling, meditation, just a positive life. Then in the process, she took me to sessions she was doing area of free area. So going there and being with her and listening to her, basically she's a psychologist by profession. Dealing with teenage moms in psychology really was like, I used to sit there and feel I'm learning, I am growing and everything. I actually, she can attest to, one day I told her, you know what? Me coming in here and spending time with you in town and zungusha simos, even if I am not making one damn, I feel like I have earned. I feel like I have secured the bag. I feel fulfilled.
Wow, and I think with that, we'll just have to bring TG right here, and we just really want to learn from TG this whole story. You know, when did you guys meet? Because now I'm feeling like TG played a bigger role in your journey.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
Let me assume right now you guys with TG are still friends and are working. Or
Oh my God. We are family. We family.
you guys are family. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. So.
Hurry up. We are waiting for you.
No, finish. Just finish.
So, mimi, life yangu na TG. So TG got me into a space where now I got to learn, hey, I have abandonment issues, hey, I have trust issues, I have all these issues, daddy issues and everything. Basically, actually, there's a time she was really pushing for me to go and do a mental health test. I never did go, but I started a self-discovery journey. So journaling for me became a daily thing. I still do right now. You will never miss me with a pen and a paper. That is always in my handbag. Heri nikose pesa lakini hiyo isikose. Because I found a way to express my emotions without even actually telling someone. And another thing, I started meditation. My first one was 30 days of healing. So I would go, write, and unwind everything. So I discovered through that process, that through my abandonment issues, I've now developed people pleasing. I do people pleasing a lot. Used to, I don't do it anymore. A people pleaser, and I discovered that now emotionally, even how I attach and view things and people is from a point of how can I relieve what I feel.
I really called you guys to take us through all those, and now Isabella, I think you talked about your journey. It's so encouraging, so challenging, and right now you're here today. You know, maybe if decided to kupatia chance, the world now is watching you, and that is the world is really watching, and we have a lot of things going on right now, you know, and some other issues unatamani kama wewe uistupishe, unasema mimi nikipewa chance ili dunia yote inisikize, then naweza waambia hii kitu tuachane nayo na our world will be at the better place. And now look hii microphone, then utuambie what can you then utuambie nini unaweza change ukiangalia hii kamera.
Me, I think I would change two things. One, I would change the social construct about having money. The way we say, I don't have money, so I can't get this. I don't have money, so I can't start my business. How about you look at it this way? I really want to do this thing. What do I need? I need land, I need a shop, I need wood, I need name. Start with what you have. You do not have to have that wood. You do not have to have whatever friend offers you land. You can jenga. If a friend offers you, don't always look it from a money perspective. There's so many ways you can get whatever you want. The other thing I would wish to change in the world is the mental space. I wish we can just look inside more and not concentrate on outside.
Wow, that's great. And you know, you talked about your mom. Now,
I'm also
look at that camera and tell mom something. Tell your brother something, and tell those people who made your life miserable something.
One, thank you, mom, for being a strong woman and a strong figure. That way, I will never be any pushover in my life. I will always strive for and work towards being better. The other thing I would say to my siblings, I love you so much, guys, and I hope I am the best elder sister you will ever get. Because you don't have any other chance of getting anyways. And I am currently writing a book, and I have a self-discovery journal to help like other people to go through the same process that I have. And I feel that will help a lot of people unwind and go through counseling in the way that I did. For those people who do not have a TG in their life.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we're waiting for your book.
Yes, you should be waiting for my
Nice,
book.
That's nice.
But you know what they say about writing? Yeah, but the self-discovery journal should be out because it's creative rights, then publishing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks. And thanks for coming. Karibu sana tena. And feel free. Next time tunakuita kama panelist, tunataka tuongelee mambo ya sasa mental health kutoka chini.
Yes.
Nice.
Thank you very much for having me, and I really do appreciate.